Hello, hello. Welcome to Coma Pirate Radio, where we as esoteric pirates can slide our boats together, throw some ropes, throw some notes, I was gonna say that too. Throw some notes and some ropes, tie some knots, and talk about some maps. Let's see if we can find the jeweled island and figure out how we can protect it. So here we are, July 18th. I guess I decided to start saying dates again. You know, I go in and out of that as well, whether the date is important or isn't important. Timing. There's been a lot about timing and doing things at the right time. Lots of doors. The never-ending hallway down into the halls of Amenti. My body feels so much tension that I think I could lift a building if I needed to. But I sit here in yoga bliss. I'm still in Denver, hanging out with important people, loved people, and in the middle of something that's called the Golden Triangle. I feel so strong. God damn. You will be protected, they tell me. The dragons, you see. The dragons have come to me. I mean, they were always with me. But you know, it's one thing to be like, yeah, I know I'm connected to you. And then another thing to be like really riding them. I talk about that, training your dragons to ride. Because, you know, dragons don't just let anybody ride on them. Like, for real. So anyway, we are in a mirror, right? The reflections, the moon, the new moon in Cancer coming up, the water, this never-ending hallway, right? Because the dragons say you will be protected. I feel them. I feel that, like, very strong. Like, the most prominent message the dragons have given me is, I got you. You will be protected. But then the mirror flips, and all of a sudden, I feel my family behind me, and I turn into a dragon. And then I'm like, oh, I will protect you. And I feel the strength of the dragons. And I'm just like, yeah. I've been listening to that dragon light language. And it has touched my soul. The dragons. And they're connected to dogs when you start riding them. Same as horses. I mean, they're all very different, you understand, right? Like, horses act totally different than dogs, and dragons act totally different from horses and dogs. But the energy is linked in this protection, love, and loyalty, right? I think the difference is, like, it's easy to make a dog your friend. I mean, easy, whatever. You know, dogs, they can be pretty easy to please, you know. I love dogs. Horses, not so much. A horse, you know, you're going to have to take some time to get that horse to really trust you. Like, really, really trust you. Like, you can ride and you can tell them what to do when you ride them, not just sit there and hold on, you know. But the dragon... to ride one of them motherfuckers, you gotta do some work. Some soul searching. Oh, yeah. The image of us all holding hands. And then I thought, I never liked holding hands during prayer. I sunk into my inner child and she popped out real strong. And I remember sitting at the table and, oh my God, now we have to pray and we're holding hands. And I don't even want to touch anybody, even my family, I didn't want to touch anybody because they were fighting all the time. I was like, ew, you are icky. And sweaty hands and no. And then it was and then I'm hungry, right? And I'm sitting there right there to the food, but it's now I've got dirty hands. And, yeah, there's a lot of, I don't want to say trauma, but there's a lot there, right? But anyway, that image turned into touching the other, touching someone that is dirty, and then touching someone in prayer. Because, but we're different polar opposites. Putting hands on someone to heal them. And then I'm you change the word dirty into unregulated. Just a different frequency, a different vibration, unregulated. Electrically, right? Because it's all nothing but light, frequency, and vibration. And then you and your polar opposites, because you can feel the two. You can feel that little inner child going, ew, don't touch them, don't touch them. They're gross. But you can also feel your higher self saying, they need touch. Holding that with the strength of the dragon, because I feel that pull of the poles. I'm in the middle, right? I feel that fulcrum energy of being pulled apart. But I also feel the strength of the dragons that tell me, I will heal you. But when they whisper it in your ear, it has a whole different connotation to it now, doesn't it? When it's I will heal you. And then you're from Slytherin. You're like, I knew it! I knew you were from Slytherin. Freaking snakes. No. We are. We are it all at once. Okay, as I sit here ready to pull the cards, the mantra comes into my head. You are, well, okay, no, I'm going to say I, because, this is how I wrote it down, right? This is going on in my head. I am working. I am working for you. I don't know what else I can do. You feel me? And I got the hint that they felt me. They're like, yeah. I mean, we know so above, so below. When you really start, really grokking all of this information, they feel you because you feel them, Anyway. Sometimes it just be simple like that. So we got to pull these cards. And then I realized that it is this dragon masculine energy that I'm putting into these cards. That's what makes the cards powerful. The material object of whatever you're doing divination with, whether it's bones, runes, tea leaves, or tarot, or whatever. It's the energy, right? Okay, so we shuffle the cards because we like the sound of the shuffle. Okay. In the center, we have the Jack of Hearts. This is the emotional kid. The Jack is connected with both the page and the knight. So here we feel it for ourselves. But, maybe he's somewhere in between. But he's there with his heart. Yeah. And it is a masculine, yes, because it's kinetic. Whether it's the page, like learning how to be a knight, he's pushing up into being a knight. And the knight is the pushing energy, the charging energy, the sacred masculine energy, right? Yeah. So he's somewhere in between. He is the kinetic Shiva energy. And here with watery emotions. The two poles are under the covers crying or bursting out of the covers with the sword, just excited to protect, right? Think about that for a second. Your two poles being the one crying under the covers, and then the one charging out of the covers with the knife ready to kill all the boogie monsters. The knight in shining armor. You see, you have to be both. The knight has to have something to protect, to burst out like that. If you don't want to defend that inner child, if you don't have anything to defend, there's nothing to go to war over. You get me? I am not condoning war. I am condoning protection. Okay. Let's go to the ground. Let's see what's grounding us in the south. It was 7 of diamonds. Now, the 7 for me is just explosive. And, I get that, in numerology, there's a lot of words that we can say about the number 7. But sometimes for me to really understand it and feel it, it's just this one. And if I were to say 7 was anything, it just feels like this image of this bam, explosion. It's a bursting forth out of this is earth. This is grounded. This is diamonds, right? So we are being turned into diamonds. Like it's almost like, well, no, it's the diamond bursting forth. We've already gone through the transmutation because the 7 brings us up as diamonds being found. Diamonds in the sky. Yeah, that makes me feel good. And then I got the image of Neptune's trident and slinging it into the ground as the anchor that holds us into the ground. And I was like, oh my God, no way. Yes, that feels good. So we burst out into our energy north because we feel the security of the trident. We know we're stable. We know we're grounded. We know we got this. So we can charge with more confidence up into the north, and I pulled the 10 of hearts. We shoot up into the 10 of hearts, a hoop of water, a ring, a portal. The ripples on the water goes back and back and back into the never-ending mirror hallway. The watery rings. And then I had to take a break Because then I started thinking about my ADHD too, and I was just like, oh, this is why. This is why. This is why. Because I have to jump. I have to jump from under the covers charging. Because I'm not able to be in one state or the other for too long. Because you got to balance between the both, right? And when in gnosis, when I'm getting a really, really powerful message, is like, like sometimes like it's too much. And I'm like, you guys be crazy. I can't party like this, man. I got to go. I gotta go. I'll be back though, because I love partying with you, but like my body feels like it's ripping open, so I can't really like stay there. And I mean, I'm learning how to hold my breath for longer. I am. For longer periods of time. Anyway, I think it was either Dion Fortune or Madame Blavatsky, which both of them, at the same time. Anyway, their words gave me the image of this like electrical, like fizzing out, right? Like blowing a capacitor. Now, I have done a lot of electrical work because I like playing with electricity. And it's interesting how many feels upon feels upon feels through those ripples back into past lives of working with electricity, capacitors, and alchemy, right? So many feels. But now we have to go back into water. Oh, water and electricity. And then I was like, oh, no. That means death. Like you mix water and electricity is not a good mix. And then death is like, I thought I was your lapdog, bitch. I was like, oh. Electrocution? No. Pluto, stop it. And then I'm like, oh, Pluto's come to talk. And then I was like, of course he did. Like, look at him. He's the Jack of Hearts in the middle of the spread. He is the emo kid. So clearly, Pluto wants to speak. So let's look at him. Oh, he's in sextile with Neptune, okay? So he is not only drunk at the bar, he's getting it on with the bartender. Sextile, baby. Yes. But he's in opposition to the sun, but he has to be, right? You don't want to do that shit in the sun. You do that shit in the dark, right? Neptune and Pluto having sex, yes. The opposition of the sun. So here we are in the dark. And the moon, though. He's in opposition of the moon, too, which is really interesting. Like, then maybe they don't want to really see what they're doing. Like doing it with the lights off. I mean, I love mirrors. But here we have the opposition to the sun. But opposites attract, so who knows? What do you feel? What does it feel like to you? And then I realized he's trine with Uranus. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's so he can pass through the ring in Uranus. Pluto, you need that lube. This time you need lube. Lots of water. Oh, that water. That 10 of hearts, that watery ring. Whew. Okay. That's a lot. Let's come to the east. Let's figure out what's going on in the east and what's coming up over the horizon at dawn is the Queen of Wands, the Fire Queen. And I'm like, oh, baby. Yes. I see that queen riding in at dawn. I just recently, through my readings and through the studies, grokked started to really, in my being, understand the sun. I've always, since the first journal in my journal entry, I said Father, Son, Father, Sky, Mother, Earth. I've masked the sun as a masculine. Masked the sun as a mask. Wow, that's interesting. Anyway, but in reality, the rising sun is feminine. It's because she births the new day. And men don't want to have nothing to do with that. So to me, I was like, universal truth. Yes, I feel that. And she is birthing as she is coming up out of the darkness into the light. And then the sun at high noon, you see, would definitely be masculine, because you're like, wow, Zers, you are intense and hot and on it, and damn, you're hot. Like, Roman God, look at that fucking body, that strength. Very masculine. And as the sun sets and covers up and gets sleepy and dreamy and softer, she is back to being feminine. She climbs into the bed. And now feel that for a moment. All of you gender fluid folks, like myself, it feels quite nice, doesn't it? It's like, and I like the idea too of just like that, living that in my life. In the morning, I femme out. I lounge. I stretch. I enjoy my bed. Oh, my bed, the sacred bed, yes. But then, when the sun comes up, it's ready to go. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's go, go. Yeah. And then I femme out back in the bed. I mean, unless you're nocturnal, I can vibe like that too. It's all about the fluidity, right? But anyway, we're talking about the sun. And praying and using energy and understanding the energy that's coming in and pushing forth. And timing and when to do things. When to do your ceremonies. The timing. Okay. So we got to go the end of the day now. We're wrapping it up, guys. In the West, at the end of the day, we have the Two of Wands. The twin flames. Oh my God. And then I thought Pluto, because there's a lot with my sun and my Pluto. They love each other. And if there's any kind of twin flame kind of type energy, for me, it would be Pluto energy. Playful Pluto, that is. At the end of the day, though, I am my own Pluto, right? And, when Pluto gets drunk at the bar and starts babbling in tongues and not making any damn sense, because, Neptune and the collective conscious can be quite overstimulating. And, words. The word can be intense and complicated. It's all just about, that's why it's not really about the words. It's about the frequency. It's about the sound healing. It's about what you are taking in your ears. It's the feminine at the end of the day. It's the feminine. You are receiving the sound waves. What are you doing with the sound waves that you receive? Oh gosh. Yeah. How do you express how amazing it is on the other side? How can I express what I feel? Well, I'm doing my best. With 2 towers of fire, I feel that fire portal at the end of the day. And then I get the image of Tomb Raider, yes, Tomb Raider, yes. And she holds the 2 flames as she creeps through the tunnels because she keeps that portal close when searching for the buried treasure. Oh, God, you guys. Yeah. Please. Do whatever you do. I was about to say, please like and subscribe and share. But, it's like, that'd be wonderful if you did. That would be wonderful. All of the links are below. Check out all my other content. And I've got a TikTok now that I'm really pleased with. I guess that's the thing, is like, I put a lot of work into it, and I would love to be receptive. So, I thank you very much. Whether you are traveling mentally or physically, may it be in love, light, shadow, and don't forget the lube to slip through the shadows, and don't forget the wax to hold on tight in the light. Oh, snap. Yeah.